Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and welcome to episode 16 of Everything Entertainment with Gooch and Trio. I'm Gooch.
Of course, I'm Trio.
We're going to be covering, so if you didn't notice, we did take a week off, so we're actually going to be covering 2 weeks in one episode.
Sometimes life gets in the way. We can't always.
But actually, it was probably like a good idea because like we're still pretty light on this. Even though it's 2 weeks, we're still pretty light. So we're going to be doing the week of the 16th and the 24th.
We got some cool stuff. Nothing too crazy, but, I mean, hey. Oh, news is news.
Excuse me. Civil War trailer. I don't think nothing's...
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally forgot this was on this.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, my God.
JK, we do have some really important stuff. But we will start out with some Battlefront reactions, because I don't think we got a chance to talk about it.
No, they came out the first week we didn't do.
All right, Gooch, you prepared me for your criticisms. I would like to hear them. I'll let you voice your opinions.
I think Battlefront is a good game.
Like as in gameplay wise, or
gameplay wise,
like mechanics.
I think it's good. We'll start there.
Mm-hmm.
As a game that honors a franchise that has been around for like 40, 50 years. 40.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars 40. Yeah. Okay.
70s, right? Yeah.
Yes. 40.
Actually, it might be like.
It's probably approaching 50.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever.
It does a great job of like paying homage to what Star Wars is. It sounds great. It looks great. Everything just seems to be like on point with what Star Wars is. But it's lacking. It's lacking in like true content. I feel like the gameplay is good. It's casual. It's probably one of the most casual shooters I played in a very long time.
Yeah.
Like, I think Call of Duty is casual, and I think that's a fair assessment, but, like, this even is more casual than that.
Well, sorry, really quick. I will say, for Call of Duty, I wouldn't say that's more basic, because there are
It's not basic, but, like, in standards of, like, shooters, it is, I would say. Most shooters, you know?
I guess I'm just trying to think of what else I can even compare it to. Like, I mean, of course, you got, like, your Halos and stuff like that. And I guess Halo 5 would be a little bit more hardcore than a Call of Duty. It's faster paced. It's more arena style. I guess that is true. But
it's just because like there's not many guns. There's not many customizations to your character in general.
Yeah.
And it makes it a little.
See, but honestly, I kind of like that.
I like it in a way, but I do want to see more being added. Segue into the DLC. If the DLC does not deliver, this game is going to have a shitty lifetime. Like, it's not going to last long. It's DLC. Even know
I
the
will
DLC
say
has to be on
Battlefront 2 is in development right now. I have no doubt about that.
That's
in my mind.
crap.
It's easily no. I mean, what are you talking about? It's an annualized. Hold on, no. It's not going to come out. It's not going to come out next year or anything.
No, I know that.
I think it's going to come out with the next Star Wars movie. I think it's going to have a campaign. All the shit everyone's asking for. I just think this was kind of a dry run, and honestly, I think they kind of pumped this game out for the movie. I don't think
of course they did. Yeah,
they literally. I think if DICE honestly had the time, like of total freedom of time, where they weren't on this time schedule to get this out before the movie, I think we probably would have seen a very different game not mechanics wise, in content wise, as in like we might have seen a single player.
Yeah, I think the game it as a shooter it works fine. It just doesn't have the meat that I wanted. But again, like we've talked about DLC before, just like over Xbox or whatever. I want to see prequel DLC. I want to see DLC for the new movies. I want all of the Star Wars stuff in this game. They don't really need to make a second game, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree.
Dude, add it on to that.
Dude, I totally agree.
Look what Destiny's doing. 10 years of DLC. There you go.
But no, aren't they working on? I thought they were working on a Destiny too.
No, I didn't.
Because they scrapped. I mean, you saw the whole story where they scrapped literally the whole entire campaign.
Yeah, but like
before launch. No,
here's the thing with that. Like they're changing their game within their DLC. Battlefront can do that. I think a great game to compare this to is Titanfall, because Titanfall was in like a very similar vein. I always said that about Titanfall. There's not much to it, but I like it. It's fun for what it is, but like it doesn't have the DLC. It didn't add what I wanted to. The maps were good. It was lacking in like weapons and customization and all that jazz. And I think Battlefront is in literally the same exact position, but Battlefront has its world going for it.
I was about to say that. I don't think the reason that I think this, like you just said, the reason that I think this game will survive is because it is Star Wars.
Yeah,
and I think
it's a great.
And obviously, if this game wasn't Star Wars and another game came out like this, kind of like a Call of Duty-ish game that literally had all this type of stuff that Battlefront has, they would never survive in a million years. If a Call of Duty type shooter came out with just that kind of content, they would be royally effed. I think, honestly, they would not be able to survive. And I mean, yeah, you saw Titanfall.
Yeah.
Like, how long did that player base really last? Like,
I played it for like a year and a half because I was doing achievements and playing the DLC and whatnot. And I was getting to a point where I was like, oh my god, I don't feel like playing this game.
But I mean, I hope that doesn't happen with Battlefront, and I do think that they're gonna do some really cool stuff with the DLC because they have to. Like you just said it. If they don't get the DLC right, they are effed.
Yeah, like they did at Battlefield 4. Look at Battlefield 4. Look at Battlefield 3. Their DLC makes the game like a whole other thing.
Like, I could easily see them with the first DLC, all Force Awakens stuff. You get maybe Finn and Kylo Ren as your heroes and villains. Who knows? Maybe even Rey.
Exactly. Like, why couldn't you add that?
It's just
that's
first order stuff. Like, there really isn't.
Excuse.
And I just think it's too smart of a move for them not to be doing that right now, honestly. Like, if they do come out and they don't have any of this stuff, I will be immensely surprised and really just disappointed because the stuff that they could do with this game is so cool. And I'm playing when I'm playing it, I'm like, this is effing Star Wars. Like, the pew, pew,
I gotta
pew.
admit, like, the music makes me like
it's so good.
Yeah.
But I gotta admit another thing I like. The heroes and villains, I think they're very...
I was just going to say, let's talk about the game modes real quick and kind of wrap it up. I think the game modes, most of them are really good. Some of them are, like, lacking a bit. I feel like some of them are a little boring, like Droid Run. I don't understand what the point of capturing droids...
How many times did you play it? I'm just wondering. Like a couple times?
6, 7. Like, you capture droids for 10 minutes, and then whoever has them at the end wins. But, like, so if you're winning the entire game and lose it in the last 30 seconds, have a good one. You lost.
But, see, I like that.
I like it, but, like, I feel like it's...
But it's too drawn out, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That makes total sense. I agree, like, where it could get really annoying when it's like how long is the mission? I'm guessing 10, or it's
like 9 minutes.
9 minutes.
That starts to wane on you.
Like, maybe...
You notice when games run long.
If they maybe cut that down to, like... 5 minutes, do you think that would...
6? Yeah,
5 or 6 minutes, do you think it would make it even better?
Yeah. And they could change it.
And I gotta say, I might be a little biased because I'm not gonna lie. When I play first-person shooters and stuff like that, I usually stick to just your basic team deathmatch and stuff like that.
I try not to.
Like, that's just what I like. That's what I personally like to play. I love Fighter Squadron.
I haven't played it too much. I think the only time we played it, we played with our friends and stuff.
Like, I didn't really like the flight controls when I first played them in the beta. But once you get it in that kind of like open atmosphere, like, and figured out, I really actually enjoyed it. And I think the in-air battles are awesome. And that's another thing that I would love to see. Like what was the game mode in the old ones where you're in space and you had to take down the ship?
Galactic Conquest
or something like that. Yeah, but like,
I think that's what it was called.
Like,
no,
it
was in Galactic Conquest.
Yeah. But you'd have space battles. Like, you'd have space battles, and then like. You know what would be awesome? I was listening to someone else say this. Like, what if, like, in Battlefield 2, this is just, like, way in the future if they could even do this. You have a space battle. You're all fighting above Hoth. You got to take down the Star Destroyer. Then you got to go down into Hoth and take out one of their bases down there. It goes from space to in atmosphere.
See, I don't see why they couldn't do that.
Why couldn't, I think that would be so cool. And it's like Battlefield.
DLC game mode
what was the game mode in Battlefield where, like, Rush, was it? Where you'd move from
I like
different
Rush.
parts of
the idea of Rush is
like, why couldn't they introduce that into like a Battlefield or Battlefront setting, like, in that way?
They can. That's what I'm saying. Easy DLC, easy way to update the game. Okay, so that's kind of like...
Well, one more thing about the DLC. I will say it is kind of annoying that if these DLCs do come out and they kind of split the player bases and, like, the people who don't buy it and the people who do buy it. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, the people who are going to buy this are probably going to be the ones that are going to be playing it forever, and those people who don't buy the DLC probably won't even be playing it anyways. So
yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of $40.
$50. You get 5 packs. I mean, it's
a price. Like, I bought Battlefield 4's. It's kind of funny. I played Battlefield 4 literally with no one. I played it by myself, and I bought the DLC, and I still had fun with it, and it kept it interesting. And I'd pay that much money for DLC.
I mean, there's 16 maps, new game modes, 4 new heroes. And
see, as I'm saying, who are those
equipment.
4 new heroes? Anakin, Obi-Wan, Darth Maul. I don't know.
Whatever. Dude, what if it was Darth Maul? And
it's so easy. Why couldn't you do it?
Darth Maul, Mace Windu.
Like I said to you, like what else is Hayden Christensen doing that he couldn't come in and do some voice work for Anakin?
Really quick on Hayden Christensen, I used to love the prequel trilogies just because I was so young when I watched them.
Out.
And I just watched it the other day.
2 or 1?
It was 3, I think.
Oh, okay.
But that one is probably the best out of the 3. But
I hate that sand line from 2 when he's like, I hate sand. It's coarse, and I'm like, why are you talking about sand?
But dude, he really wasn't that good at all.
He's not.
I just didn't even notice it when I was younger.
Yeah. All right. Well, verdict. Battlefront is a good game. If you're a Star Wars fan, pick it up.
Easy, yeah.
Maybe wait for it to go down in price because one of our friends said it's not worth $60. Kind of agree with them. It's lacking for. Now I'm not going to say $60 game. Most games are $60, but it is lacking a little bit. Just be aware. But if you love Star Wars, I'm sure you're gonna have a fun time with it. And there is DLC coming.
Personally, I do think $60 is worth the price to admission for this thing. But if you really are hesitant, why not wait? I mean, we got Black Friday deals. It's Christmas. You can find a probably cheaper copy somewhere. And if you really like it, check out the DLC as well.
We'll be talking about Battle of Jakku. That early access comes out the 8th.
Day after my birthday.
Yeah. So we'll be looking at that.
All right. Next up, Arkham Knight stuff. We had a bunch of DLC come out that I just didn't even notice until about a day or two ago.
We're approaching the end of the 6-month DLC plan for Arkham Knight.
So we got the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice skins, which look so good. But I mean, those are just skins. The Batmobile looks awesome. When you drive it, it sounds so cool. I love it. But yeah, and then also, what else did we get? Got a few more challenge maps, which are cool.
How do you feel with the challenge maps?
I mean,
what?
They're good.
Are they pretty?
They're pretty
generic?
basics. I mean, they're what the challenge maps were before, which really isn't a bad thing. In Arkham City, it was basically the same thing. You beat them up, so you got these amount of stars, and that's the whole point. But I'd say probably the biggest difference is that now they did introduce that you can change your character now. You can play as Batman, Batgirl, Azrael, Red Hood, Harley Quinn, Batgirl, or I already said Batgirl.
I think it was it.
Yeah, and that's basically every character you've played. Oh, Nightwing, of course. Every character you've played as.
Does Azrael play the same as he did in the what's it called, or does he
he plays the same as. I actually haven't played as him yet.
So he's pretty much Batman.
I mean, yeah. It's.
I like Azrael.
One thing I will say, with those, it is kind of hard to change it up unless they do have such a different fighting style. With Red Hood, he's got his guns, so you can introduce a bunch of different things there. Harley Quinn's got her bat.
Red Hood is pretty vicious.
Batgirl and Azrael, it's hard to make them fight differently.
Unless you gave Azrael a sword, which they purposely took it away because it was the point of Azrael wanted to become Batman. Yeah. So he's no sword.
Yeah.
Great. Throw away. All right. But, so what else?
You got new racetracks, the 1960s stuff. You got some Wayne Tech tracks. I haven't played them yet. But
did they release Dawn of Justice tracks or no?
No, they don't have. They just.
So that is actually in the game.
Yeah.
Good.
What?
Good.
Yeah. No.
That Batmobile I can use in the regular game. You know how
Oh yeah.
The 89 one you can't use because it can't transform.
Oh well, yeah. You still can't use it in the main. The Batman v Superman one. Yeah, you can drive it, but it's the other.
It's everything else.
Yeah, you can't use it
in the open world.
Yeah. Well, no, you can. You just can't use it in the main campaign. You can drive that around in the open world.
You can?
Yeah, after the game's over.
Oh, that's boring.
Yeah, I know. But
anyway.
Yeah. What else came out? I'm trying to think. I mean, the challenge maps.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, you got
because the last thing to come out is they're expanding the most wanted missions.
There's 4 new ones. Yeah, it's Killer Croc, Two-Face.
No, Killer Croc, Doctor Strange. No.
Doctor Strange.
What's his name? Mr. Freeze.
Oh, Mr. Freeze. Yeah. And then there's 2 more. Yeah.
And then there's one more.
There's one more that we cannot think of off the top of our head. But
yeah, but that is the last thing.
I mean, yeah, just details, challenge maps, nothing different. It's your regular old fighting ones. You got your racetracks in the 1960s. They look awesome. I mean, I like all the racetracks that they came out with so far, honestly.
And I think we'll wait to give our like final thoughts on all
on
this.
like literally the whole game and everything.
When the last mission or one of mission ones come out.
Still, my that bat suit for Batman v Superman.
Dude, I have to admit, like, just real quick, the suits are fucking awesome.
They're so cool.
They're really good.
Like, it's just, they're badass. I love it. I mean, I know they're only skins and they don't do anything, but they still look so good.
All right, next topic. Something I kind of wanted to bring up because I thought it was interesting. So, the World of Warcraft team at Blizzard responds to shrinking subscriber numbers. So, something that I think Blizzard does all the time. You see commercials for WoW or on the box. 11 million people playing, 13 million people playing. Like, they always have this, like, number on the box. And they are going to stop releasing those numbers. So they're not going to be like, because I don't know how much you know, but like WoW subscriber base, it has been like drastically shrinking. It's at like 5 million right now. It's on like an all-time low. And they're just it's like affecting morale within the team because like imagine having to release numbers that are 6 million less than what they were like a few years ago. It just you look bad.
And I mean, at the same time though, like how long has that game been out? 11
years. It had its 11th anniversary like last week.
Like for being around for 11 years and keeping as large of a player base that they have, and even if it is shrinking, I still think that's pretty good.
It's still
I do understand why
there's nothing to argue about, but it's interesting how they're not going to release those numbers because a lot of companies do release their sales numbers and their figures, and like that's how you know if the game did really well. Like Black Ops after like 2 weeks reveals how much money they made on Call of Duty, and like it matters. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to see that as big as a company as Blizzard is, they're kind of like intimidated by that. Because I mean, like they have other games. Look, Diablo, StarCraft. They just launched an expansion for that. Hearthstone and Overwatch and Heroes of the Storm. They have other games, and I feel like they're ballsy as a company. I feel they do a lot of stuff that like is different from most other companies. But I thought it was interesting to kind of like just share.
It's weird. I don't know. I never really think much about World of Warcraft, to be honest. I always kind of forget that that's still kind of
I still follow it. I kind of played it for 4 years.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm kind of like stuck.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you told me.
Yeah,
but whatever. I mean, I guess good for them. Anyways, next up. This is kind of unsurprising news, at least for me. Deus Ex: Mankind Divided has been delayed.
Absolutely not surprising.
6 months, right? Or something like that?
I was going to be... Okay, so the original release date was like February 23rd.
Something
February.
Like that.
August 23rd it's being delayed to. I was like, wow. That's March, April, May, June, July, August. 6 months, literally. I'm kind of not okay with it because I was looking forward to Mankind Divided, despite its, the pre-order ordeal that went on.
That's another thing. Like, they were going to release this game how many days? Like, a day early or something? A week early?
4 days.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny. Like, you're going to release it 4 days early, but you delayed it 6 months? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Half of me kind of thinks that, because they said the game's done, they said they just want to do some polish. Half of me is kind of thinking...
Wait, what?
I heard that it's mostly polished that they have to finish up.
I mean, I'll quote.
I might be wrong.
The little article. This is a quote. As you may already seen by reading and watching the many previews for Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, our aim is to be a worthy successor to Human Revolution and to improve upon the game in every way possible. I know expectations are extremely high, and we not only want to meet those expectations, but exceed them. We are confident and proud of the game so far. However, as we are now playing through the full game, so the game is pretty much done.
Yeah.
We can see that it will require more time in post-production for tuning, iterations, and refinement to meet our high standards. In order to achieve this, we moved the release date of the game to August 23rd, 2016. That's it. So yeah, I didn't know.
I'm just saying.
So they are done. But like 6 months for tuning, I didn't know they took that long.
I think that they might. February is really full right now. Like, that whole block
what's coming out in February?
A ton of stuff. I can't name it all off the top of my head. Let me see. I'll look it up right now. But there's a ton of stuff. Like, that kind of whole first quarter of the year is turning into another holiday. Like, it
usually is,
No,
though.
it isn't. Last year was the first year where it really... Like, we got Witcher, we got all that stuff.
Nah, that got delayed.
And that got... Exactly. But what notable games did we get in February last year? There's like nothing. Usually, like from January to usually summer, we get nothing. But like this whole year is turning. Whole year is turning into. Like, people are like, oh, wait, there's this other
But, like, it is
slot.
a good slot to put out games. I bought games in February and March. It's a good slot to put in games.
No,
June is even rare.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying they might be looking at it like, yo, this is really full here. Like, why don't we just push it back, give ourselves the time to polish, and at the same time give us more of a chance of selling more copies, considering they won't be going up against anything crazy.
I feel like the game at the forefront would be Mankind Divided, though. It's like Human Revolution was insane. I loved it, and it's kind of like it has a lot of hype behind it. So I feel like I don't really know what's coming out.
I'm looking it up right now. Hold on.
Okay. But yeah, again, it's not surprising that they're delaying it. I feel like every game this year has been delayed already.
And dude, I mean, what was gonna happen? It was gonna be Mirror's Edge and Deus Ex coming out on the same day. Then they both delayed.
Good.
No, I have all the stuff pulled up for February. Just trying to see the big ones. We got Street Fighter 5's coming out. Far Cry Primal.
Oh, that crap. Don't me started on Far Cry.
Mega Man. Dude, I think that looks cool. Honestly, I just think it's still gonna get delayed, but
probably gonna get delayed. They just announced it. I don't understand how you announce a game and then fall.
I was literally about to say that. I mean, and who knows? Maybe it is done. Maybe they're that confident. Maybe they can get it out in February. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. There's not much. Those were the games that were coming out in February.
Yeah, that's
like
what I'm
now,
saying.
Now they all just moved.
All right, moving on.
Firewatch. I'm sorry, Firewatch.
Oh yeah, that game. That looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So Telltale has confirmed Game of Thrones Season 1 is done. That Season 2 is actually already in development, which is kind of surprising. Only because they have a lot. They're in the middle of Minecraft. They have a Michonne spinoff for Walking Dead coming out, and they're going to be doing a Season 3 of Walking Dead. Those are the three on the slate.
And the Marvel one.
And the Marvel one. And they're probably going to be doing a Season 2 for Telltale.
Think they'll ever do one for Wolf Among Us?
Tales from the Borderlands. I'm not sure.
Because they did leave it open to it.
I feel like they would.
I honestly really enjoyed that game.
Yeah, but it's pretty much, they said, like, when they made the first season, they were already planning on doing a Season 2. So, like, this isn't something that they just decided to do. I think Walking Dead, like, Season 1, they weren't planning on doing a Season 2, and they did it. They did, yeah.
Another thing is, it might not be still on sale right now, but for Black Friday, Xbox Live was running a deal. You get the whole first season for like $12.
We both got it.
By the time this goes up, it might be gone, but if it's not, go look for it.
You can get the whole really Telltale collection for minus Minecraft for $30. Originally, like $120.
That's pretty.
That's an insane deal. But yeah, Game of Thrones Season 2.
I'm hoping to actually play through that soon. Game of Thrones. Like now that I actually have like the full thing.
I'm excited, but I got too much on the plate. I gotta finish what's already on there.
Yep. You gotta finish your plate before you can have more. All right, Gooch. We got 2 episodes of Walking Dead to discuss.
Walking Dead, episodes 6 and 7. So, episode 6, pretty much all that happens is we see some development. Daryl and Sasha and Abraham were the only people from, remember the original, like, when they were guiding the walkers out, they were leading the herd with the car. Mm-hmm. They got separated, so now they're trying to get back.
Okay.
Daryl ends up meeting this, like, I guess you consider them a family. I think one of them is not a part of their family. But this group, who actually is a comic book character, but they didn't say his name the episode.
Mm-hmm.
And his name is Mitch. And he's from the comics. I'm not going to get into it because it's, like, far off. But we kind of find out there is, besides the wolves, there is another group. They're from another group that isn't the wolves, and we see them for like a few minutes, and like that's it. It's kind of cool. Daryl and them are hiding because they're running away,
mm-hmm.
and this dude gets like ambushed by a walker. Like it's like they torched this forest at some point, and there's this walker like burned into a tree, and like he's like on the corner, so he like comes out, and the walker just like grabs him and like bites him, and then they just is like, oh. He's like, oh, I'm bit, cut it off. Guy just comes over and he's like, you'll be okay. And like it was like it was the most casual thing I've ever seen. I was like, all right,
I got bit, cut it off. All right, let's go.
And then on the other side of things, we're seeing a relationship develop between Abraham and Sasha, which is honestly not weird because Abraham, like you look at him and he's like this like gung ho warrior type-ish, and like Sasha's becoming that.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's pretty ruthless. Like in season 5, her whole like she was like struggling and like just going out and like shooting walkers, and then she like laid in that pit. I think at like the end of this season, and she was like really going off the deep end. But that's kind of really it. All that happens. There's some like stuff developing in Alexandria. Episode 7.
How was it?
Glenn's alive.
Glenn's alive.
Remember what I said?
Yeah.
Nick's body ripped open on top of him, crawls under the dumpster and sits there for like 6 hours, and he lives. And I was like,
I was wondering why he posted on
first scene of the
like,
episode. First fucking scene.
Everyone was probably like
nothing opens up. That just happens. It's just there. Like no like dilly dallying about it. Just like here you go. So
there's Glenn.
So Glenn is alive.
Good to hear.
He basically is trying to get back to Alexandria. Runs into Enid, the girl who was escaped in like the second episode when the wolves came and she left.
Okay, I think I actually do know who.
So Glenn runs into her and she's like, "You're coming back with me," and she's like, "No," and he's like, "Yeah." Like, you idiot.
Yeah, and
she she puts a gun to his face and he's like, "You're not going to shoot it," and just disarms her.
Yeah.
And it's pretty funny. And they end up going back, kind of having this like talk. Nobody knows Maggie's pregnant, by the way. This is still like I think Erin, she's the only one she actually tells. I assume they're gonna, as soon as Glenn, if he gets back, they'll know. If
he returns.
So like what happens is pretty much there's some development at Alexandria. In episode 6, Rick kisses Jesse. Remember he kills that guy, his wife.
Oh.
They're in the comic they have a thing.
Does she know that he did that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think.
Yeah, I know you're pretty out of date, but that's fine.
No, don't worry.
Yeah, so they kind of have a love interest. I don't think it's gonna last. She dies in the comic.
Okay.
So.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. I feel like she'll get killed. So what happens is pretty much that people at Alexandria are on all edge. Deanna's like kind of like on edge about people getting in. She doesn't like. She's having like all these characters. Mostly the Alexandria, they're kind of having this like
panic attack almost.
Yeah, they're kind of having this like transformation of holy shit, we're not safe, because they've been in the Alexandria since the beginning, and one of the things that happens in episode 7 is like Maggie literally sits on the wall and looks for signs of Glenn, and they find like they tied up balloons on like different places as like checkpoint markers for their little herd thing, and they find like they find like the rest of the balloons in the helium tank, and they like tie a bunch of them together and like put them up, and Maggie sees them. So that's kind of like how you know they're alive. And as soon as that happens, there's been a tower on like the edge of the wall that's been like it got burnt somehow. I don't know. It's pretty damaged, but like you see it in the episode, like it starts cracking and like boards are falling apart. It's kind of alluding to it's gonna fall, and it just goes. And that is the start of tonight's episode, which is the mid-season finale, and that happens in the comic too. They're starting a lot of people are gonna die. Something might happen to Carl because Jesse's son, Rick teaches him how to shoot and stuff, and like use a gun, and Carl's there too, giving him like pointers. But like you kind of feel like he has like resentment towards Carl. Remember they have the fight and stuff, and he has a gun, steals some bullets from like the armory like secretly, and like puts the gun in his back pocket.
What is Carl still like annoying as hell?
Not really.
Has he
been
pretty good?
He's been like he hasn't been like in much.
He's just kind of been around.
He says some stuff and like kind of that's it. Nothing really that like bothers me.
Well, I mean, he has had a lot of screen time before, so maybe that's not too bad of a thing.
No. But like it looks like but when the tower falls, it looks like he's about to shoot Carl, like
really?
Pop him in the back of the head. Which may
wait, I'm sorry. Who was gonna shoot?
What's his name? Oh God. Jesse's son.
Oh,
I forget his
okay,
name.
all right.
Yeah. Whatever. But yeah, he's about to like in the comics something happens to Carl. I don't even want to talk about because like if it happens, it's gonna happen on tonight's episode, I think. And it'll be fucking
Is it
insane.
crazy?
Yeah, it is. Like, it's gonna, like, Carl's character will now become more interesting. I think Carl's character needs it. That's why I want it to happen. But I'm not gonna talk about it. Because it'll spoil the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. So, next week is the mid-season finale. And we'll be done with talking about Walking Dead for a while. Also, AMC show, Into the Badlands, had its series premiere last weekend, and I thought it was pretty good.
I actually did not get a chance to watch it because I totally forgot about it. I've been hearing okay things. I mean, I know you're saying you like it. What?
Go for it.
I'm trying to think of like what did you like about it?
I like the combat. Like, dude,
okay.
It's like on an Arrow level. The thing about Arrow is there's one good fighter and one shitty fighter, kind of. They kind of like Oliver's kicking ass and the guy he's fighting is like all right.
Yeah.
In this, it's like the main character Sonny is really good and everyone else is really good,
too,
and they're like going they're going ham.
Uh-huh.
It's cool. I think the combat and the martial arts are really well done.
What do you think about like the story so far? Like just
so pretty much the story is Sonny is a Clipper. Clippers are pretty much like hitmen for the Barons, who control territories and like drugs.
It's like feudal or not feudal.
It's a good way to put it. Feudal.
Yeah, like feudal Japan. Like you got your lords, then you got your servants, and you.
So the Baron he serves, I forget his name. They call him Baron a lot. Yeah. He's pretty violent. Like
violent,
yeah, like he trains soldiers, like kids, like at a young age, yeah. And you find out like the first scene is Sonny, who is going to like investigate something that happened, and he ends up finding this kid in this like that escaped this like slave caravan, and the kid happens to be, you find out he's from the same place that Sonny was originally from. He's like orphaned, and like he's from this city that's like a myth. I forget what the city's called, but they're both from there. And pretty much he's clinging to him because he wants to find out more about his origins and like what's like freedom. Like he is like loyal to a Baron, but like his faith is being tested now. Yeah, like he's kind of like, all right, maybe I have like an opportunity to like
there's like
be
a gray
free.
Yeah, there's a gray zone here.
Yeah. But that's pretty much the show. So it's going to be him and this kid kind of trying to escape. And then there's the war between the main Baron and then the widow, who's the other Baron, who is a girl who is amazing. She's a fight scene in the beginning of the second episode, and it was like insane. She like puts her heel through this guy's like neck, like some classic like woman fighting stuff.
Just classic girl moves when you're fighting.
It's
crazy
good.
Girls, I mean,
It's good. It's 6 episodes long. I like it. I don't know how it's gonna last. Like I wouldn't care if it didn't.
Did you think
back.
the second episode was better than the first one?
Or do you think they were kind of on the same point?
I got you.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out.
All right. Well, hopefully it gets a little bit better. Whatever.
All right. So next up, Game of Thrones season 6 teaser image.
Let me see this because I actually need to check this out.
If I didn't think Jon Snow was coming back from this, I'd be stupid. I think they pretty much tell you that Jon Snow will be back.
Yeah, I mean, why would they not?
Officially, like, Jon Snow is coming back. Because why would they put him in the teaser image for season 6? You know?
I know. No, I totally agree. Like, I mean, unless his death plays the major part within that season.
True.
I mean, but he's been spotted on set. He was spotted going back to set in like wherever they film it, Ireland or wherever.
Filming all over the place.
Yeah.
Like half the show takes place in like a bunch of different parts of the world.
Well, I mean, yeah, like they have to frickin' make so many different backdrops, basically.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I forget where King's Landing shot at. That's
Probably
somewhere
New Zealand.
crazy. But, like, dude, that castle and everything, like, that's insane.
It's probably New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
That's where, like, most of those, like, landscapes are. Like, the last shot with, Daenerys, like, when the Dothraki start circling her. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's in New Zealand. But, yeah. So, if they do anything in the books, there's this character, I guess I'll say it because I know they're not going to do it. Lady Stoneheart, who's Catelyn Stark, who came.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I heard about that.
And like Lady Stoneheart is like in Catelyn Stark's body,
but
that's it.
Yeah,
it's not the same
Caitlyn's
character.
Yeah.
And I feel like
but I mean, it would be her.
They're going to do something like that. I feel if they bring back Jon Snow, but look forward to it. April.
Well, honestly, what I'm thinking because the Night's Watch. I've heard this theory from a bunch of people, and I just thought about it. Like the original White Walker, the main dude. He was originally a Night's Watch like leader, but he was killed by his Night's Watch members. That's how he became a White Walker. What happened to Jon Snow?
Yeah.
Just saying.
I don't think he's going to become a White Walker. I don't like that.
You don't want him to become a White Walker is what you mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, check out Game of Thrones. Another thing that we did hear about that show... that show was possibly coming back a little bit later than originally it usually does.
It's usually the beginning of April because of another HBO show actually that's starting.
But yeah, it might be coming out a little bit later, but watch out for Game of Thrones when it comes out because it's a great show and everyone loves it. Next up, we got our first look at Chris Pine in Wonder Woman. It was just him on set with, what's that guy's name? Who's that actor?
I don't know.
It doesn't say it in the picture? Well, it's him on set with another actor.
Oh, his name is Sed
Tagahamo?
It's
some kind of name.
It's a last name.
Well, he's actually apparently playing another hero too. They didn't say who.
His character's announced, but you can tell like they're wearing like some like time period.
Looks like World War I clothes, yeah. So apparently there's rumors that Pine's playing Steve Trevor's grandfather in World War II, and Pine is playing Steve Trevor. So it's going to be like Steve Trevor the first, and then Steve Trevor the third.
Gotcha.
So basically, yeah, he'd be playing both parts, his grandfather and Steve Trevor.
Okay.
So I mean, I like don't want to prejudge this movie before I hear really good plot details. Or like specific plot details, because I really have no idea what they're doing. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm excited. This is going to be the first real big superheroine on screen. I mean, Jessica Jones is out, but she's not on the silver screen.
I feel like a movie. Movie's a big caliber.
It is, and I think it is, and I'm excited. I mean, dude, did you see the picture of Wonder Woman? What Wonder Woman was? Yeah, I sent that to the group chat. The one of what Wonder Woman was going to look like in the original Justice League movie. Yeah. Looks so dumb. I'm so glad they didn't do that. Yeah. But Gal Gadot in that Wonder Woman costume, I think she looks so on point. It's not even funny.
Yeah, I'm excited to see her in Dawn of Justice.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm sorry, I totally lost my place. Next up, we got a possible Supergirl and Flash mix-up coming.
Which I think
is surprising.
I don't think it's surprising. I think it needs to happen, to be honest. I don't think Supergirl is
the only
strong enough, not as like a person, but like as like the show.
Yeah.
I don't think it's strong enough to like last on its own. As far as it's going, maybe it's because it's still season 1, it's still working up. But like at this point in Flash, since you watch Flash as like live, how do you think Flash like compare them? Like where do you think like
I obviously liked Flash a little bit better, but I am kind of maybe a little bit biased. Well, at the same time, no, I guess I wasn't at that time. Because Flash, he's quickly become, no pun intended, he's quickly become like my favorite superhero. Because, I don't know, I really like his mythos, and I really like all the just ideas behind him, whereas Supergirl, it's kind of Superman, but as a girl. In my opinion. And I love Superman. I really do. Like, he's honestly one of my favorite superheroes, and I do think he's an interesting, way more interesting character than people give him credit for. But I don't know. It's not grabbing me, but it's not pushing me away. If that makes any sense.
That's a pretty on point comment. I'm kind of in the same boat. I feel like it's really skimming the ice.
I mean, I like
it's
Melissa
not-
Benoist. I love her. I think I really enjoy seeing her on screen. I kind of liked, like, in the last episode we saw, you kind of see more of a relationship developing with Kat and Kako, and I kind of am starting to, like, be like, okay, I, like, want to watch this week. Or, like, I'm, like, excited to watch it.
Yeah, I'm not really excited to watch it. I most of the time. It's kind of how I am with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in a way. I'm kind of, like, excited sometimes, and then I'm just like, okay, I gotta watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. now.
I mean, it kind of sucks because I hope it does get better, and I do think if they do introduce it into this Arrow and Flash universe, that it could make it way better.
Way better.
But at the same time, you're introducing a ton of more
They already have
variables. Superman's there. Like, how would you have not?
Yep, that's what I thought. I'm like, dude, so Superman is now in the DC universe, TV universe.
And then at the same time, though, you can be like, well, did they really even have to mention Superman before? Like, why would they? If he was just already a thing and people already knew about him, I guess why would they bring him up in Flash and Arrow? Unless there was a specific reason. So that's how I feel like they could get around that.
Yeah, of course. I feel like, they could play that off fine.
And I hope they do it. We'll see. But I do actually have some details here. They were like they were always saying, like, the people at CBS, they're like, oh, well, Supergirl's our show. I think we're gonna keep it to ourselves. Like, I think we should keep it. But like, and then they got the sudden turnaround. But apparently the numbers really went down. I'm actually looking at this right now. It started with 13 million viewers.
First episode?
Yeah, first episode, and a 3.2 rating. Today, after 5 episodes, the show is at 7 million with 1.5. So that's kind of a drop. But then again, I don't know if that includes, like,
a lot of shows
numbers.
drop like that, though. By the way, a lot of shows, like, you look at, like, any first episode of a show, it always does worse after that. But if it kind of like stays at the same level, that's good.
And I mean, also they pumped a ton of money into the show. Do you know how much those effects cost for a TV show? Like her doing her laser eyes. I don't even want to know how much that cost.
Yeah,
and even like,
and she hasn't done that much either.
And just they're lucky because she has a lot of punchy powers, which is really easy to just whatever.
Yeah.
But you see the Flash, King Shark. I was reading an article on that. They spent an insane amount of money to put him on for 5 seconds. Yeah. Like, and they were like, yeah, so we can't really use him that often, but we can use him for about a 5-second time slot. And dude, he looked awesome, I thought, for Flash or for a TV show.
What happened to him?
Remember, Wells takes him down. They probably put him in, like, they either put him back.
Yeah, like they never show him where they throw him at.
But yeah, I mean, they could. Another way they could do this. There's the multiverse. They could easily be like, Supergirl exists in an alternate universe with Superman. For some reason, he hasn't shown up.
Like in Earth 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
they
they could just be in Earth 2 and just there's no reason for Jay Garrick or anyone to mention them. Who cares, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, I would love to see them together. I really hope this happens. What about you?
I think it would just make the show stronger. I feel like it needs it. I feel like there's too much DC shit out there that's all on its own goddamn playing field, and I feel like they need to nut up and see why Arrow and Flash coming into Supergirl coming to Arrow and Flash's universe is not a bad thing.
And I will say
in any regards.
The only thing that aren't connected to the TVs, I will admit there's the shows that aren't connected, like Gotham, but that doesn't need to be.
But I think that's okay because
that's a totally different.
Like they kind of even don't say it, but that takes place in like the 80s. Like it's.
Well, I think it's I think it's supposed
90s.
to be present day, but it's before.
You see the cars they drive?
Yeah, but they have iPhones.
No, they have flip phones.
Do they?
Yeah, they don't have iPhones. They have flip phones.
No, I mean, I guess now that I think about it, I really haven't seen anything very
technologically
advanced.
So but like it makes sense because if Bruce Wayne is,
it definitely does look like 90s or maybe like early 2000s.
Yeah, they're driving like 90-esque 80s cars, like that old style. Yeah. But anyway,
I never did think about that. That's so weird. And then I mean, you had
and like we'll loop Constantine into it. I feel like Constantine needs to be in Legends of Tomorrow.
Well, he is. I mean, that's the rumor. That's another thing. Rumor going on right now is Legends of Tomorrow Season 2 will be a whole new cast. And
really?
Constantine will be part of it. Along with
that's cool.
I forget the guy's name. Mark St. Mark or something like that. I don't know, in an untitled role. But yeah, I mean, that's just, I don't know why they wouldn't do that, personally. I mean, I thought
guess who could be in it? Kid Flash.
There you go. I mean,
yeah.
Dude, it's really cool. I mean, I hope they do that. I'm excited, and I would really like to see Constantine more, because honestly, he was only an Arrow for an episode, probably half the episode,
and it was pretty
and he
good.
was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't anything like insane or anything like weird, but it was just a cool little tidbit with Constantine, and I liked what's his name playing him. I can't remember the guy's name, but he kills it. Next up, we got some Gotham talk to talk about.
We are approaching the end of
the end is nigh.
The end of the second half of the season here. So
this episode probably will go up after the season finale happens, but we will speak about it next episode. But you were saying, Gooch?
So pretty much our episode kind of starts with
start at 8, of course.
What's his name? Galavan. Galavan is arrested, and that's kind of like. They don't really do anything with him in episode 9.
No, 8,
they really don't.
8's when he gets arrested at the end, right?
Yeah.
And then 9 is when he's in jail.
Yeah.
So basically, Gordon figures out they arrest Galavan. They have the mayor as like the key witness.
Yeah, they find the mayor, and he's their evidence to Galavan.
To Galavan being there. And then I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah. I'm getting the episodes mixed up. We'll just talk about this one big episode.
They're raiding his house, and then Tabitha goes to that mercenary company.
And then she has all these assassins.
Barnes gets injured, and we see the Flamingo, who I don't even know who was a villain.
I didn't know he was either until you literally just said it. He's a villain.
Yeah, we see him he's a cannibal, and he gets hired by the mercenary company to take out Gordon. Him and Gordon fight. Gordon ends up winning. And then while they're bringing in the flamingo in, he takes a bite out of one of the officers' necks that was.
Doesn't he stab her too or something?
No, he just fucking
is that literally
into her neck. You don't remember that?
No, I saw, but I was confused on when it was happening. I think
he falls. Something happens.
I thought he pulled something out of his back pocket, stabbed her, and bit her in the neck, and literally was like.
No, he just
bit her. Oh
yeah.
My god.
And then we find out at the end, Nigma and Cobblepot, dude, they are doing the Riddler. They went from 0 to 100 real quick, man, with him.
Who?
The Riddler.
Oh, I know.
It was boom,
that's right.
Boom,
he got
done.
Yeah, that's right. Nigma
Penguin's
has
at Riddler's house.
Yeah. Nigma has Penguin in his house, but Penguin's kind of broken. He's like, I'm done with this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this. I'm getting out of Gotham. But then he's like, my mother's dead. I failed her. I have nothing to protect now. And then Enigma's like, well, there you go. You have no weakness. You have.
But it's funny because he says that. I'm like, but you're hanging on to Miss Kringle.
But then he doesn't have a weak. But he killed her.
He still hangs on to it.
Well, yeah, but that's because
he has her glasses.
But that's because he's a fucking sociopath. It's just
true.
I mean, but that's
but still, he has a weakness.
I don't think that's
he cared about her.
Oh well, definitely, but that weakness is gone. No one can hurt her. No one can do anything to her. But yeah, Penguin, he's coming back. I think.
Yeah, Penguin will come back. Maybe not. Maybe not until the next half of the season. He's kind of getting there. There's some funny interaction in the next episode where he calls up Riddler and he's like, "Where's the peanut butter in the fridge?"
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, that's the only thing about Penguin. He's just like, "Yeah, where's the peanut butter?" He's like in the fridge.
Yeah, I know. I forgot about that. He's like, "Why are you calling me?" He's like, "Oh wait, I found it."
Yeah,
and then he just hangs
up. And then Lee is catching on to him. But I wanted to talk about real quick. We see the Order of Saint Dumas finally coming to Gotham, and they start killing people as part of their ritual.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna bring Galavan back. Galavan is now in the light. He is now okay. So basically, moving into next episode, Galavan gets put on trial. The mayor lies,
and
literally lies. He's under some sort of he's scared,
under duress. Yeah, you can tell he's sitting on the stand, and they're like, "All right, I want you to recount this." He's like, "I did not get kidnapped by Theo Galavan. I was kidnapped by."
I don't think he says he was kidnapped by.
No, he says Penguin. He says,
"Oh yeah, he says
Cobblepot took me. He held me captive." Dude.
Yeah, and he lies, and then Gordon just
socks him. Oh, it was so good.
Dude,
Then Gordon gets taken by him out of the courthouse, and he's like, all right, I'm going to kill you. But then luckily for him, Penguin shows up, saves his ass. Well, I guess, yeah.
He just lets him go.
Who?
Gordon. Oh, he's about to kill him.
Remember, he's
Penguin
comes in,
leaves, and then Penguin kills.
He was like,
guards.
all right, take your best. That's another thing when he was like, take your best shot, and then he was just fucking him up. Like he was like just.
That's what I'm saying. Like the order, we now know, like the Order of Saint Dumas,
is no joke. Yeah.
Galavan, and they've been killing people, and they're ready to kill their last person, who is Bruce Wayne, the son of Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, Bruce Wayne goes like, this is the most Batman he's ever been in the show.
Oh, I know.
With Silver St. Cloud. So he pretty much makes Silver like kind of pretend, or makes her think that Bruce is in love with her, and like, but he's still trying to figure out like who his parents killed, and then Silver's like, oh, okay, I'll get the information.
Mm-hmm.
And Bruce stages a kidnapping that you think Silver is staging in the beginning.
Yeah, I thought, yeah. So.
And to pretty much, and they're tied up in this like warehouse, and like this guy's threatening them, and then it's like, no one's talking. All right, Bruce, let's go into this room.
Basically, the guy is saying, he's like, all right, someone's been digging into Bruce Wayne's parents' murder. I want to know. I know it's your uncle. And then he's talking to Silver, and he's like, I'm gonna start cutting off fingers until one of you gives me a name.
And then he takes Bruce away.
Yeah, makes her think that he tortured him. And he didn't get anything out of him.
Comes back out with like blood on his knife.
And then he's about to start cutting off her fingers, and she gives him the name. And then he's like, is that enough? And then Bruce just walks out with Selena. And I'm like, yes!
It was good, yeah.
It was so good. And she's like, no, Bruce, I was lying. I made that name up. And he was like, well, why didn't you make that name up earlier? And they're like, and then you see her get like bitchy and crazy. And he's like, I knew there was something locked up in there.
Yeah, dude, it was so Batman, though. The scene was like really well done.
And then at the end, he's like walking out. He's like, all right, I'm going to leave you. And she's like, no, Bruce, he'll kill me. And then she's like, this isn't you. This is not who you do. He's like, how do you know that? And then just walks away.
It's like awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was so good. Oh,
it was good. And then I like how Bruce is all like lovey with Selena.
Yeah. One thing,
and then she's like,
one thing I gotta say about this season really won me back. Like, I just wanted we gotta discuss that for a sec. How much of a step up from that last season. I can't wait to see how the season's, or the half of the season's gonna end. Mm-hmm. That's right. It's only half the season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wonder.
But then we'll be on break for a while.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're gonna move on to Flash and Arrow. Actually, Supergirl first.
Yeah.
But Flash and Arrow are gonna be. After their crossover episodes,
they still have their like mid-season finales and stuff.
Is it one episode after is their mid-season?
I have no idea, to be honest. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah. But it's coming.
It is coming. Just Gotham, watch it. It really won me back this season. It's a really good show, and I gotta say, they did a really good job.
Yeah.
I gotta give them props. I gotta give them credit where credit is due. Next up, Supergirl we talked a ton about, so we'll give you a quick buffer about what happened.
We had Livewire in episode 4.
Basically, sum that episode up easy. Kat's protege.
Protege. It's a good
that runs her talk show. Basically bashes Supergirl. Then Kat's like, yeah, that's not cool. You're effed. I'm putting you on traffic copter. She gets in the traffic copter. Bad weather. She's about to go down. Supergirl saves her in the helicopter. But as she's grabbing her, she gets struck by lightning, and then the girl gets her powers from that. And honestly, the whole rest of the episode is basically just her trying to beat Supergirl, and Supergirl beats her. I don't really think anything else. Oh, that's not true. I forgot. Their mother did visit on the fourth episode.
It's a Thanksgiving episode.
Oh yeah. She's like pissed off that Kara came out.
She's not about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what's her sister's name?
I forget, honestly. Give me 1 second. But anyways, her sister's like
comes out as being a DEO agent too, because she's been lying. And then you found out that her dad was actually worked for
the DEO as well, because basically they came to take Kara away when they were younger, but he gives them like basically all his research into like the Kryptonians and
Whatever.
Superman and
yeah,
like,
we'll
all
probably
that stuff.
find more about it. But episode 5 is pretty much a Maxwell Lord thing. Kind of found like Maxwell Lord ends up.
Alex is her name, by the way. This sister.
Yeah. So
one thing I felt really bad for too. What's his name? What's her friend at the Catco?
Win.
He was like,
Dude,
he's like, yeah, and then he kissed her on the cheek, and she was like, yeah, and then just walked.
Oh,
away.
I hate.
I was
real
like,
quick, the fact like this. I don't like this love triangle. There's like 2 love triangles. Lucy Lane, Kara Danvers, James Olsen, and then there's Kara Danvers, Wynn Scott, and James Olsen.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of getting on my nerves.
I actually don't mind it because it is an attention, but I felt so bad for Wynn. She was like, "Oh, that's cool," and just walked away. I was like, "You poor bastard."
Yeah. And then the 5th episode is pretty much Maxwell Lord like stages one of his stages this whole crime. Like, you know how he's been building that train, and Trio didn't watch it. He built that
that's
train.
right, yeah.
He stages this whole like crime where like he's gonna like blow up the train, and but like it doesn't like Maxwell Lord is like not this. Who's he like? He's kind of like a Harrison Wells, except if Harrison Wells is like a real asshole. I feel like Harrison Wells isn't like that dangerous. He's like not gonna like kill people in like a public accident.
Mm-hmm.
For any reason. Oh, and we see Hank Henshaw. So they have like a bomb at like an airport and a bomb on the train, and there's 2. And they're the DEO's at the airport and Kara's at the train, and they're getting ready to disarm the bomb. Like they don't know how to open it, and like Alex is with Henshaw, and he's like, "Get out of here! Like I got this."
Mm-hmm.
And rips open the top, like Superman style,
yeah.
And then just like looks at it, and like you know that like he's Cyborg Superman. They're definitely gonna do Cyborg Superman,
which really kind of interests me, honestly. Like
Yeah.
that they're doing something like that. I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
And by the way, they need to cast Superman. I really.
I don't think they need to cast him. I think they need to fuck off and stop talking about him.
You can't.
It's so annoying.
You can't though with her.
I know.
Honestly, you can't. Like, it's really. I like totally understand why you don't want them to.
Like
I agree.
Even like Lucy Lane, like all like her thing with James Olsen being obsessed with Superman, and like it's all over the place, and it's like it's annoying.
I got you. I mean, I didn't hate that last episode. I saw I'm still 1 episode behind because my DVR is a little douchebag. I'm gonna check it out. Hopefully, it's pretty good, but. We'll see where they go. Hopefully we see more Cyborg Superman. You know. Hank Henshaw. He's Cyborg Superman. No big deal. Anyways.
Sorry, Flash.
What happened?
Episode 6, Grodd.
Oh, okay. I felt it's 2 weeks ago, so it's...
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think. Grodd comes back. He kidnaps Caitlin to help him build this... to make a serum that creates more apes like him. And I gotta admit, they do a good job of kind of making you feel for him. Like, as in, like, you kind of feel, you're like, all right, well, this guy's kind of messed up. Like, he really technically didn't ask to become Grodd. And Wells was kind of a dick and made him become one. Or not one, the Grodd.
Yeah.
I liked the episode because it kind of showed him actually interacting, like, with, like, Caitlin. And, like, you could tell, like, Caitlin, like, really felt for him. Yeah. I enjoyed the episode. It was nice to see them kind of put closure on Grodd's story.
I mean, we shouldn't be seeing him again in Flash unless he comes back because he's now in Earth 2 Gorilla City.
Mm-hmm.
So, unless they do something from Earth 2, we're probably done with Grodd. So they kind of like, they make Wells put on the Reverse Flash costume and make him think he's Earth 1 Harrison Wells.
Or Eobard, I guess it would be.
Yeah, you're right. But Harrison Wells. And they end up trapping him. That's how they do it.
And yeah, they just kind of they throw him back into Earth 2 to an ape habitat that basically houses apes like him. Was there any main story progression? I'm trying to think.
No,
nothing really.
Other than Hawk Girl.
Oh, that's right. Cisco vibes.
And like
vibes
runs
are.
away
Yeah,
on their date.
I know.
Like a
It's like,
douchebag.
dude, Cisco, what are you doing? You can't do that. She's hot as hell.
Yeah, no. But like they set up the fact that she's Hawkgirl and like Hawkman and like Legend this week's episode set up for the crossover because we're gonna see Hawkman and Hawkgirl, and we'll go right into Arrow.
All right, now we got a little Arrow talk. We got a little Diggle news. It was a little Diggle-centric episode.
A little dig.
A little dig.
Like literally little dig.
Yeah, so
we found out his brother was
is alive, and he's part of Hive.
Yeah.
We find that out, and like Dig is kind of just fed up with it at this point. He just sees his brother as kind of this. He read the file. He's read what he's done. He's mad at him. He can't get over the fact that he would just abandon his family and just kind of basically screw everyone's life up around him after he left.
Yeah.
And he's just like, dude, I'm sick of it. I'm done. Like, I think we should just. I don't even want to see him. And Oliver's like, you can't do that. You can't just leave your brother behind.
My power has been down all weekend. It would have fixed by end every day of today, so there is a...
My bad. It's like a text-to-speech thing on this, like, whatever. Sorry.
What was I saying? But, yeah, Oliver is like, dude, you can't do that. He's your brother. You don't know what happened. Hear his side of the story before you make this kind of judgment. And he's like, I'm sick of it. How am I supposed to go tell his wife that
he's alive?
That he's been alive for 10 years and just hasn't even done anything to get in contact with him. I mean, he does have a son. He has a nephew. Or Diggs does.
We actually haven't seen them in a long time.
But it was a pretty good episode. Oliver goes in and rescue. I mean, basically, the sum of the episode is they do finally get his brother. You can tell he's not of right mind.
That's pretty much
also
the episode.
And I mean, you do see the one part where Dark hands all the new Hive initiates these pills, and basically they just make them do whatever the hell he says.
Yeah.
Which might be why his brother's doing what he's doing. But we don't know, and we will probably figure out on the next episode.
Yeah, we see Adam.
Oh, that's right.
Adam helps them get when they go to Storm Hive's base to get Andy out, they Adam helps.
And that's another thing, he doesn't know if he wants to come back from the dead.
And we learn that Thea is immune to Dark's powers.
Mm-hmm.
When he touches her face, and he's like,
oh, what the?
Yeah, he's like, what's going on?
My magic.
He makes a friggin' Brave reference. He calls her Merida because she's red and like.
That's actually awesome.
I was like, what?
That's funny.
It's like, just make a Brave reference?
Who do you think you are?
But that's pretty much all that happens. Like next week is going to be the whole crossover, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Yep. We can cover this one really quick. Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got an official date.
Trailer. And a January 21st premiere date.
Thursday, right? Thursday.
Time slot.
Which I kind of guessed because it makes sense.
Obviously, yeah.
It looked really cool. Honestly, it got me pumped, the trailer. I really liked what I saw.
Apparently, White Canary and Adam are supposed to be in a relationship. I was like,
really?
What? Okay.
Dude, Katie Loltz, I love her. I can't wait to see more of her in this.
She's awesome.
She is. They didn't really, I mean, what did they show in the trailer? Not much. It was just, they show Randall Savage. They show all them. It looks like it's a pretty cool premise. Basically, it's supposed to be like set in the future. Randall Savage takes over the whole world.
Is it Randall?
Yeah, that's his name.
Vandal.
Is it Vandal? Whatever.
Are you crazy?
Vandal
yeah,
Savage.
It's Vandal.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Vandal.
I believe you. Okay. Vandal Savage. I don't know. I got to confuse my Vandal Savage takes over the world basically in the future, and Rip Hunter comes back and he's like, we need to stop this. So it's going to be a lot of time period sets, and which could be cool. Like there was one where they were back in like the 70s. No, I don't think it was the 70s.
It's like 60s.
60s or 70s.
And they're all like dressed up.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. It looks awesome. Anything you want to say about it? Did you like it? Did you think?
I thought the trailer was cool. I'm interested to see how it's going to work out. It's going to be a 12-episode season. So, I'm assuming Arrow comes back that same week.
Yeah. Over that and Flash, probably. They usually come back on the same day. Or same week, I mean.
Yeah, so it's going to be like... Wait, so it should end. Oh, they should end at the same time.
No, yeah, exactly.
So it'll be like 12 episodes. Yeah. Okay.
We'll be watching... how many? 32 episodes of a show?
Yeah, of a show in the same universe.
Yep. Awesome. I mean, I'm excited. It looks awesome, and I can't wait. Fantastic flop is what we should say when we talk about this next topic. No surprise here at all. Fantastic Four has been removed from Fox's sequel schedule.
Good.
I mean, I really don't think there's anything else to say.
Let's keep it that way.
It was a bad movie. I mean,
And
it was.
they know-
I don't think it was as.
It
was really bad. I mean,
like
I wanted to like it.
Yeah,
I
I think the issue is we wanted to like it. So
I mean, I still don't think it was nearly as bad as like a lot of people say, but yeah, it wasn't a good movie. But don't look out for that next sequel. Who knows? I feel bad for
look out for it.
Fantastic Four, man. They've gotten the shit end of the stick for just too long, and they're such a cool. They really have like a really cool like comic space that like they can make into a really cool movie. They've already made a Fantastic Four movie, a good one, and it's called The Incredibles. So don't tell me that it can't be done. Yeah, it is. No, it's really what it is. Like,
oh, jeez.
I mean, it sucks, and they can't seem to get it right. And this stupid frickin' reboot of a movie just made it happen, or I mean, made it a further possibility for it ever to happen. Because goddamn Josh Trank can't make a frickin' movie without being a weirdo.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways.
Bye-bye, Fantastic Four.
Bye-bye, Fantastic Four. I hope to hear from you when you have a good movie. Anyways.
Alright,
Next
Agents
up.
of S.H.I.E.L.D. This episode was a good one. We found out... Okay, so this is a big, like, Hydra episode. We find out that, like, Hydra has been around way longer than World War II. Like, Hydra... Like, Red Skull, like, they talk about, like, okay, Red Skull, like, started Hydra. But, like, Hydra has existed under other names for, like, a very, very long time. And Malik Gideon is, like, not the new head of Hydra, but he's, like, one of those influential people within Hydra. Like, I don't think we'll see a big reemergence till Baron Zemo in Civil War. But... we see pretty much the fact that they're the group that sent these people back into the obelisk. They're pretty much like I told you that they were under. Remember, like NASA sent those people in. It was Hydra under the guise of like NASA, and like they've been sending people into this obelisk because they want to get the Inhuman that is on that planet killing people. It's an Inhuman from like before times began. Like it's someone like really powerful. Yeah. And they want to bring that person to Earth and kill everyone. Yeah.
Hydra wants to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
So they
just want to destroy the Earth?
They want to like
basically put it into ashes and build it back up on their
Yeah. We find out that the ATCU like they're not bad, but yeah, Malik Gideon is like a subsidiary, so like gives them money, but like he's not really a part of it. And you find out that like there's a few floors that they like that Rosalind, their leader, like Coulson, like puts her in a room and he's like, you're Hydra, like you're working with, because she works with someone from Hydra, but she doesn't know he's Hydra. Yeah. And it kind of looks like she is Hydra for a little bit, and like she's like, no, like what are you talking about? Like she kind of like it really Coulson really like they lock her in this room and he's like, we're sitting here, you're gonna tell me, because like they're both playing each other.
Yeah, but because they think they have
and they have like this like lovey-dovey thing going on too. They kind of like each other, and then he drops it and he's just like, listen to me, like you're gonna start fucking talking about what you're doing, because they have Lash, but they have Lash, they lie about where he is. And you find out that Hydra took him. And you find out, remember how I talked about all those fish oil pills? That's how the Inhumans. On another floor that they thought was like contaminated and they couldn't go on, Hydra has been like keeping the pills. Yeah. And giving them to the ATCU employees. And like
just seeing
they want to make more Inhumans. So
Hydra basically endgame is to just destroy everything with these Inhumans.
Yeah.
Or make them part of their organization.
Yeah. But, like, this isn't Ward doing this. This is Malik Gideon.
Honestly, it sounds pretty interesting. I'm not going to lie. Like, that sounds really cool.
And so we find out that ATCU was like Hydra infiltrated them and has been working them. And Ward finds Lash and has this like weird conversation about like May and stuff. I think we're gonna see Lash again. I just don't know how. We'll definitely see him again. But now Hydra's become like a bigger part now of the show.
And
That's pretty much it.
I'm happy that sounds really cool. And I think after these like mid-season breaks come out is when I'm really gonna kind of try and buckle down on that.
Yeah. And speaking of like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter got a season 2 promo.
I thought that was only supposed to be 1 season long.
It was until they renewed it because it did so well.
So hey, I mean, I love Haley Atwell.
Yeah.
Ooh,
January
Stone Cold Fox.
January 5th is when it's going to start. So literally it's going to start when it did last year, but I think it's going to be, I don't know how long it's going to be because it was 6 episodes. I think. Yeah. So I don't know if it's going to be 6 episodes again or what they're doing.
It was only 6 episodes long?
Yeah.
I got to go back and watch that.
You did watch it though, right?
I watched like the first 3 episodes. The first 2 or 3. It was only 6 episodes, really?
I think so. Yeah.
I think it's like 8. I don't know. I feel like
maybe it was 10.
I feel like there's no way it was that short. But yeah,
that's January 5th,
2016. Be ready for it. Ooh, okay. Well, this is the big one, the coup de grace, I'd say, of this episode. Captain America: Civil War. We got ourselves a trailer, and by God, it was a trailer to remember. I thought, so what it seems like to me from this trailer is it looks like Steve's looking for Buck, and he finds him. And basically they're like, all right, well,
I guarantee,
you got to turn over Buck. He's done too much shit.
Like, he killed JFK.
Yeah.
Like, he's killed, like, a lot of people.
Yeah.
And, like, that gets into the public, and Stark is kind of, like, not is he? Nah. He's not forefront.
I don't even know about
like,
that.
Yeah,
I don't even know if he has something. Maybe it does. But like, and then there's the other thing you can see. Like, what's his name? General Roth starts talking about. He's like, to some you are seen as heroes. To other they would say vigilante.
I like how they put that. Like Batman is always like, you're a vigilante. You're a vigilante. Arrow, vigilante. Like, and now they're using vigilante as a term for Captain America.
You can see where this kind of divide is going to happen. Like, whereas, I mean, it's obvious.
And like
if you know the comics, you know what's going to happen.
Black Widow's like warning Cap, like don't
mess with this, or else I gotta do something about it. And it's just, you can see this big crack just opening up between all these people that have been friends for how many movies, and it's so cool.
So the only people we didn't see in the trailer, Spider-Man and Ant-Man. That was it.
And
Vision.
Vision wasn't in it. Did we see Scarlet Witch?
Yes,
we did.
One second. Yeah, because it's Cap, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, Falcon against. Scarlet Witch is on.
Oh no, wait. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of not Scarlet Witch. I was thinking Scarlett Johansson.
Iron Man, War Machine,
Vision.
No. We don't see Vision yet.
No, I'm saying for the teams. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking.
We didn't see Vision. So yeah. Black Panther and
Black
Widow.
That's another thing. He looks
sick.
Cool
so we saw Black Panther, and he didn't say anything, but he saw him.
There were 2 kind of quick fade in shots of him, but dude, he's got the silver.
He was fighting Bucky.
Dude, his suit looks really cool. Like the material and everything, it just looks like they did a really cool job.
Yeah.
What else did we say?
And then we watched Bucky and and Cap go in tandem on Tony.
On Tony, when he's like, I'm sorry, Tony, but he's my friend, and he's like, so was I. And I was like, no, God.
But and the Accords are called the Sokovia Accords. Did you see that?
Yeah. I saw that.
Age of Ultron, which makes sense that they would do it after that, because I totally didn't realize in Avengers, they are under S.H.I.E.L.D. doing this. In Age of Ultron, they're just doing it themselves.
Yeah, they're just them, I mean, that's just, they're the Avengers. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Buck obviously seems to have his memories back. He seems to be normal.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any other major points.
That was kind of it.
It was a teaser. It's just, it got me so pumped.
It was a teaser. It was a 2 minute and 30 second teaser. amazingness. But yeah, we saw with Thunderbolt Ross. I think we talked about everything.
Yeah.
We just didn't see Ant-Man or Spider-Man or Vision.
Which isn't... for Spider-Man anyways, which isn't surprising at all.
I think they're going to put, like... Remember how they did Vision and Age of Ultron trailers? I think they're going to wait until, like, the last one to show them for, like, 2 seconds.
See, I feel like they almost shouldn't even do that. I feel like just let it...
I can't wait to see Spider-Man.
But the thing is, like, if they didn't release one image of him, didn't show him once in any of the trailers, and you just go to the movie and he's there, you're going to be like, oh my god! But at the same time, not any other person besides us is going to do that. Like, we're in tap with all this stuff. We know about, like, all the rights for Spider-Man and everything. But your everyday moviegoer doesn't know that kind of stuff. Like, they don't know the reason why Spider-Man couldn't be with the Avengers or like that. He's going to show up and everyone's going to be like, what? So maybe they should put him in the trailer just to kind of give, like...
I feel like they would. I mean, they didn't have to do it with Vision, and they did.
That's true. But he is also a very lesser-known character.
Yeah, true.
But, I mean, that's really it.
So, War... March 6th. May 6th.
The War.
We got the 3 posters, too, which were, like, pretty much...
When did the tickets go on sale for this? Because we got to buy those almost immediately.
Yeah.
Anyways...
Because I'm seeing it in IMAX. We're doing IMAX.
No problem.
We're doing IMAX. Good night.
Next up, Ridley Scott, Prometheus sequel.
Yeah, so...
What's going on with that?
So, pretty much, the new Ridley Scott's sequel to Prometheus... is going to be called Alien Covenant.
Apparently, it was originally supposed to be Alien Paradise Lost, but he changed it.
Yeah, it's coming in October 2017. Neil Blomkamp is directing it. I think Ridley Scott is writing it.
No, he's directing it again. Neil Blomkamp got totally screwed.
Wait,
they're not making the Alien 5 anymore. Basically, Ridley Scott just took back the franchise. Like, the Alien 5 has been put on hold.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Which, do you want to see this movie?
Yes.
Because I liked Prometheus, but I think that was enough of a prequel. Like you're lifting.
I like the alien stuff.
I know, I do too, but like I feel like they're almost lifting the veil too much. Like if they did, Alien 5, which I would have loved to seen, and that would have just been a continuation.
I feel like Neil Blomkamp would have done an amazing job.
Killed it.
That's what I'm saying.
Killed it.
Dude, Chappie and District 9
that has that total alien vibe.
I love it.
Yeah,
it would have been nice.
Like I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I'll see it, and it looks
really
cool.
His sequel's on hold.
At the same time, like I don't know if I want to know that much about it. Like half the mystery with the aliens is that you don't know where they came from.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's going to be a really good movie. Hopefully I am. We'll see. Next up, Mockingjay Part 2. I was lucky enough to actually go see a little advanced screening of it. It's out now, though, so you can go check it out. In my opinion,
yeah. What did you think? I actually watched Part 1 last week.
Like, overall impressions, it was awesome. I mean...
Was it better than Part 1? Because I thought Part 1 was such a build-up movie. It was such a joke.
It's funny, because
really?
I thought
it was literally build-up.
I thought the same thing, but apparently people really liked that movie, and I don't know why.
It was very, there wasn't that much combat.
No, but that's the thing. It was very, it was very character-based. And in this one, it really is kind of just... It's finishing Katniss' story. You know what's coming. It's basically it's about Katniss and Snow having this final
duel
confrontation.
Yeah.
And that's really what the whole thing's centered around, which isn't a bad thing, but at the same time, it was extremely straightforward.
Was it?
Yeah.
Were you surprised? I mean,
there were a few parts where if you don't read the book and you don't know, you're gonna be like, what the
Yeah, I'm assuming some people die. PETA or whatever. I don't know who dies. I haven't seen it.
I mean, it was a great way to end it. I was satisfied.
Kind of glad
I enjoyed
to see
the whole movie.
This end.
And it was kind of nice to see Katniss just take the reins and be like, okay, this is I'm in charge here. We're doing this way. Go see Hunger Games. Enjoyable experience. Definitely a very straightforward movie, but that's not a bad thing all the time, I would say.
I'm looking forward to seeing
It's definitely nice to see, it's weird, because I remember working at Regal, at the movie theater when that first one came out, 4 years ago. And now, yeah, is it 4 years? Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, because I didn't work there during the first one. I worked there for the second and the third.
I mean, it's the end of an era. I mean, that started what's her name's career. I feel like
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was really her catapult.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. She doesn't. She looks so much better in person than she does in that movie.
Oh, I know.
It's such a joke. but all right, last
one.
topic. So, Tomb Raider film reboot has a director. I didn't even know this was in.
There's a lot of these kind of these movies in development that like you'd be surprised about.
Yeah. So, Hollywood Reporter confirmed that Roar Uthag will helm GK Films, Warner Brothers, and MGM co-production for Tomb Raider. I don't even know who this guy is.
Probably an unknown dude. That's been one of the favorite things about like right now. A lot of unknown actors unknown directors directing these kind of
there's like a bunch of names tied onto it, like Evan Darty who's in Divergent, and he was in Evan Darty wrote Divergent, and he's writing the script for Tomb Raider. That's kind of it. Did you see the originals with like Angelina Jolie?
I've like skimmed through them, but I haven't like watched.
Daniel Craig's in one of them.
Is he?
Yeah.
Which one?
The second one is Cradle of Life, and there's another one, but dude, I thought they were good. I don't care what anyone says. Angelina Jolie like looks exactly like the stereotypical Lara Croft, but I mean like from the new games, not really. But I'd like to see another movie if they can do it right.
Yeah.
But that is the end of episode 16. Hope everyone enjoyed. Next week we'll be talking about the Game Awards. One of the things, Flash and Arrow crossover. Gotham mid-season.
Nice Flaro episode, which I can't wait for.
All right, so this has been Gooch.
This has been Trio.
Have a good one, guys. See you later.